truth? I don't even know what is the truth. After all these lies I've told. My father. How can I explain how much I loved my father? My father believed that human perfection was a possibility. Every night, I would pray to God to forgive me for being such a disappointment to my father. I would ask him to make holy of such a great good man. I was a grown woman. I was wholly come of age. I was married when I realized how much I hated my father beyond words to tell it. It was winter, 1938. And my father was working on that speech he calls Poland Jewish Problems. Orderly, I would type those speeches without even hearing the words. But that time, I came upon a word that I never heard before. The solution to the Poland Jewish problem, he concludes, was Vernichtung, extermination. I never meant to go to the ghetto that night, but something made me go there. I stood there, I don't know how long, looking at all those people. My father condemned to die. All those men, those women, those children would be Vernichtung, exterminated. I suddenly remembered that my father needed that speech, so I hurried home to finish the typing. And in my haste, in my hurry, I made a lot of mistakes in the sentences. I ran to a university, and my father didn't have time to check it. He stood in front of all those people, and as he read the speech, I could tell that he was getting so angry. Once it was over, he came to me and in front of my husband and all his colleagues, he said, "Sophia, your intelligence is pulp." Pulp. And I knew that he didn't trust me anymore. Neither did my husband. Later on, in Warsaw, I had a lover who was very, very good to me. Joseph lived with his half-sister, Wanda. She was a leader in the resistance. Two weeks after that, the Gestapo killed Joseph. They cut his throat. They had courage. And after that, they killed Joseph. I was arrested. My children and I were sent to Auschwitz. And once the train arrived at Auschwitz, the Germans made the selection. Ian, my little boy. Ian, my little boy. He was sent to Kinderlog. That was the children's camp. And Eva, my little girl, she was sent to crematorium too. She was exterminated. And thanks to my perfect German and my secretarial skills and all those things my father taught me so well, I started working for Rudolf Heuss, the commandant of Auschwitz. And the day I started working for Heuss, I was forced to walk past block 25. That was where they put people who were about to be exterminated. And all those men, those women, they cried and pleaded. But I kept saying to myself at night that I saved my little boy, that tomorrow I will get to see him and tell him goodbye, and he would have been saved. I was so happy. But Horace didn't keep his word. And I never knew what happened to my little boy. You know, that's why I don't want to live no more.